copy the video because I really like the video.
No one's gonna see you anyway. And they're not like, it's not like you just need another like fake, fake age, fake name. It's like torrent.
You think I'm not gonna get in trouble for this?
No. Okay, right? About that.
I'll copy my video. I copied it from the video we watched earlier.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's no difference at all.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it would be like a lot of hits.
Dude, you're gonna get so popular.
1,000. I'm so popular already.
I mean, how much money are you gonna earn with that?
I'm pretty popular now. Yes.
Are you Andrew Bautista?
Yes. What's the problem, sir?
You've been accused of copyright infringement.
Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is the use of one's work that is not yours at all. It's pretty much copying the idea of someone else and passing it as your own. It's wherein you copy either the whole video or even even ideas of the video, and you're gonna pass it off as your own ideas. Penalties of copyright infringement. There are a few penalties that could possibly happen if you violate the copyright infringement law. One would be the infringer pays the actual dollar amount of damages and profits. So he would have to, the one accused of copyright infringement would have to pay for the amount of damages and profits to the owner's property. Also, the law provides a range from $200,000 to $150,000 for each work infringed. So that's about the estimate amount of how much you would have to pay for copying another person's video and passing it as your own. The infringer pays for all attorney's fees and court costs. So the infringer will have to pay for all of the required payments that you have to pay the court, the jury, the attorney as well. The court can issue an injunction to them. The court can impound the illegal works. That means they could remove the works from wherever he posted or place the ideas of someone else and pass on his own. And also, the most obvious is the infringer can possibly go to jail, which is probably the worst scenario of all, because just because you're copying a video, you avoid copyright infringement. There are a few steps that I'm gonna give to you on how to avoid being penalized for copyright infringement. One would be to understand the scope of copyright law. We should always remember what the law states. We shouldn't just agree to terms and policies without knowing what is actually stated. Don't take anything from the internet or anywhere else because it is almost always copyrighted by default. We should try to avoid copying off the internet because usually that's where most of the they're usually copyrighted. And lastly, we should always be creative. Make our own ideas. Don't copy from others. It's not wrong, but it's not wrong to copy from others as long as you cite sources. But we should try being more creative. Open our minds more. Try using it instead of copying ideas.